Hello. First off, I'm going to say this now. If you hear anything in the background, I live in America and it's almost 4th of July. So people are shooting off fireworks outside my house right now. It's annoying, but it is what it is. Nothing I can do. So, anyway, we're going to talk a little bit before I probably disappear off the internet for a week or so. Of course. Don't know if you can hear it, but fireworks. We're going to talk just for a little bit about King of Fighters. I just decided what one I wanted to do today. Um, Basically, for those who don't know, it's a fighting game. I like fighting games. They're like the only video games I can really play with any measure of skill. I suck at first person shooters. Not much better at third person shooters. Never tried anything God of War related or whatever. I'm not very good at video games, is my point. Fighting games are one of the few that I can play well enough to generally beat a story mode and farm ladder endings for a while. But basically, King of Fighters is my newest one. Like, that's the new one I'm into these days, and sort of my primary one. At least till the new Mortal Kombat comes out. Um, but yeah, basically, this is just gonna kind of be me rambling for a while because I don't really have a plan for this. But basically, I'm operating on the theory we're not going to get a new one for at least another 2 to 3 years. With them currently working on Galro 2, and likely. Now, mind you, nothing is confirmed. This is just me speculating. Likely a new Shamso game, Samurai Showdown, would come before another King of Fighters. So probably another 2 years. So probably closer to 4 or 5 years before we get King of Fighters 16, which, by the sound of it, would be a dream match if they go that way. Though I don't know that dream matches would even fly these days because people want more content in their video games. So who knows? Um, but assuming for a second that is the case, that means we have at least another season, maybe 2 more seasons of DLC, plus the 2 characters that are left in season 2. So 4 seasons of DLC in total. They're probably going to stick to single characters if they're working on other games, as their main team is focused on the other games that are newer. So we're just going to talk about some characters that would be interesting to see as DLC. Now, mind you, fucking hell. Of course, they're doing the loudest ones while I'm trying to do stuff. I don't know. Anyway, first, let's talk about the two that are left in this season that haven't been announced yet. One of them is going to be male, one of them is going to be female. I'm above 50% sure that the male is going to be Goro Diamond, the last member of Team Japan who isn't part of the game already. This is one of the few King of Fighters that I can think of. Now, mind you, I know there's been other King of Fighters where Team Japan has not been together, but this is the only King of Fighters I can think of where they aren't all in the game in some form. I could be wrong. I have not played every one of them. but I'm pretty sure that's the case. It would make sense to make him DLC. As for the female, I'm not sure. Melee would be cool, but I think we have Kim. We just got Kim, so maybe she would be something else. Basically, any female character who's in 14 and in this game, I would say is a reasonable enough shout because they would already have the assets for it. As for the other two seasons, we're sticking to single characters. Odds are probably another boss. I would prefer they move on from the Orochi saga, but I think they might just finish it out and have Orochi added in. Or at least Orochi's avatar added in. Just to finish it out. Like, you've done everyone else. Like, literally every other character from the Orochi saga, I think, is in here. Pretty much, except for American Sports Team. So, why not? And then for Puddle's Nest, the most unrelated character they have is Clone Zero. I'd argue for him, personally. As for proper DLC characters, because those would be free, assuming we get one boss a season, it's entirely possible we get more than one boss. I doubt it. I doubt we get more than one boss a year. The way they've been working it. So, I'm going to work on that assumption for now. Shin, Dulon, and Oswald. All of those would be cool. I know Oswald was DLC in 14, but so was Rock and Yamazaki. So clearly they have no qualms with that. So, and Nijid, or how you pronounce that? Again, well-known type player. Him. Fuck, I don't even know. But all three of them would be cool. More representation for the Ash Saga would be nice. Mei Li, if she isn't already the female character. Blah, 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 blah. Kyo's dad, whose name escapes me. The other two members of Team Psycho Soldiers, again, their names escape me. Sue me, I can't exactly fucking be asked to remember all this. Mr. Karate slash whatever Ryo's master's name is. Tamaka or Tanaka. I can't remember. Fuck me. I should have had the list up, but fuck it, I can't be asked. Basically. I mean, there's plenty, is my point. Another Samurai Showdown character I wouldn't be opposed to. Any of the Metal Slug characters would pop people, I think. At least according to what I've read. Basically, any character that hadn't been in yet would pop people, I think. Or really would pop hardcore fans. Now, let's be honest, that's what you make DLC for at this point. Let's be honest, why are you making DLC if it isn't for the hardcore fans? I know why they left Kim off. It was because they knew he would sell DLC. It's the same reason that probably Shingo will always be relegated to. Which is probably the same reason Shingo is not likely to ever be in a base game again. Because he will sell his DLC. Everyone knows he will sell his DLC. It's why they didn't put Sean in Street Fighter 6, even though they could have. For the base roster. Because they know he'll sell his DLC. Anyway. My fucking tangent about the business practices of video games aside. Blah, 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 blah. I mean, literally. What the fuck? Seriously. It's going to be like this for days now. That's the problem I have with this whole fireworks thing. I'll hear this for the next week straight. I've already been hearing this for like 3 days. Every night. I don't get to bed till like 11 at night because I can't fucking sleep because because all you can hear is boom, boom, boom every few minutes. Fucking ridiculous. Anyway, as far as like the possibilities about KOF 16, if it's Dream Match, I would say if you're in 14 or 15, you're in automatically. That would be my opinion. And I would think maybe there just wouldn't be official teams. And just like, here's every character from 14 and 15's life cycles. Make whatever fucking teams you want. It doesn't matter. There's no endings anyway. Or it's the start of a new storyline, in which case, probably go back to status quo pretty much, because that's pretty much the start of every storyline. Is everyone starts at status quo and then it switches up as the game goes on. Hopefully something more interesting than this Atomaraga verse reverse business. Let's be real, the storyline for the last couple of games has not been the most interesting. It's been gameplay more than anything. I wonder how long it's going to be before SNK gives in and embraces a proper story mode. I wonder. I don't know. They've clearly decided, fuck it. This is clearly meant to fucking fix the timeline issue. But does it actually? Because now you're making Garo 2. If you weren't intending to make Garo 2, I'd argue it fixes the timeline. But you're making a Garo 2, so does it really fix the timeline? Question without answer, I think that. But we'll see. We see. I would imagine then that DLC for that game would be all over the place. I'd imagine a lot of bosses, so Magaki, all of that. Basically, I imagine this would also double as a dream match for the Ash saga, though that KOF 13 remake coming out might double as that as well. I don't know. They are calling it global match, so I could see it like being basically a dream match for it, and them adding a bunch of characters to it to fuck around. Who knows, right? I'm probably gonna buy that 13 remake because the Ash Crimson Saga is the only saga I don't have characters from yet. That I don't have a game from. I bought the dream matches for 98 and 2002, or was it 2001? I think it's 2002 with the dream match. I think 2001 was the one that no one particularly liked. I don't know. One of those is the one with Ignis as the boss, the other one's the dream match. Who, by the way, I really hope we get a boss challenge for Ignis because I want to see what they would do with that. With that zoning motherfucker. I think Ignis is harder than fucking Rugal. Had the potential to be the hardest boss ever. Period. Then again, so does Orochi. I think both of them have potential to be way harder than they actually are. And Ignis is pretty fucking hard, as is. I think you could make Ignis a bitch. Thinking, I could say that about a lot of them. The one guy from the Act Engine Saga, the fucking zoner that fills the screen, he's a fucking ass to fight. I know that from what people have told me anyway. Um, hell, I think pretty much all the bosses are like that. They're all pretty much bitches to fight. Um, except for the recent ones, because the recent ones have apparently been piss easy by comparison. I don't know what people are complaining about. I think Rugal was hard enough. And then they produced Genets, and that guy's a fucking bastard. I will probably never beat him. I am not good enough. Um, then, hell, if they do Sagaki, Saki, whatever the fuck his name is, the guy who, the mid boss from fucking 13, and the guy who resulted in Dark Ash, that fucking bastard with his black fire spamming bullshit. I've seen enough videos of it to know that that guy is fucking bullshit. If I get it, odds are I will never beat that fucking ladder. We'll see. Um, yeah. Um, if it's a dream match, if it's a new game, that means obviously new characters. If it's a dream match, odds are there will not be new characters. So you can take that or leave it as you will. Um, but my opinion is they should probably do a dream match. I think a dream match would make people happy. So do that. Because I think people want their characters. I think you give them a dream match with a massive fucking roster like what 2002 had, basically. But, you know, in modern day, you can make people really happy. And then you can do whatever you want for 17. Whatever new storyline you're going to go with for 17. And I think the whole new protagonist thing need to go out the window, to be honest. I think modern gaming just doesn't work. That's just me. But they're probably going to try anyway. But my prediction is possibly Rock being canonized soon. Because he's been DLC twice now. And yes, I know he will probably sell DLC every time he has DLC until the end of time. But I'm saying it now. If 15 did not make him canon already, they're going to make him a canon thing soon. Possibly putting him on Team Fatal Fury. So, whether or not you like that's up to you, I suppose. But personally, I wouldn't mind seeing a team of like Blue, Mary, Terry, and Rock. Like, that team would be sick. Yes, I know I can make that team now. But, you know, an official team that's kind of a family. As close as you're going to get to a actually functional family with that group of characters. Because, let's be real, Terry, Geese, and Rock would never team up. I know that's a fun thing to do for a ladder. I've done the run through of it. It's fine. But I don't think it's a effective team long term. I don't think you could come up with a good excuse storyline wise for why those three would team up. Um, I would love for Geese to kind of become more of a key player in the story. Geese is kind of always in the background. I want him to be up front in the story. Ideally, maybe bring back Team Bosses from 98 with his half brother Krauser and Mr. Big, or whatever the fuck his name is. The sub boss from Art of Fighting. Again, really should have had a list of the characters pulled up so I can fucking see them. Fuck, I'm not professional. Who the fuck cares? Anyway, I think I'm done. Ta ta.